If you knew everything you needed to know, you would have everything you wanted to have. So what is your negative belief around mindset? Like, what is it about it that you don't like? And what's the negative that will happen if you have a more like a big or a more of a growth mindset? Like, what is the issue with being positive all the time? Not phony positive. Like, you got to be realistic. But for people who roll their eyes about anything that has to do with growth, there has to be a person connected to that negative belief or that limited belief or something in their life that kind of triggers that negative like feeling about mindset. And I just wanted you to go back and that story that's written in your past. Why do you feel that way? What's the problem with being better?
Perspective is everything. And it's looking at things as an opportunity that has a solution. And there will be days people are going to be like, today's a shitty day. I have to do this thing. I don't want to do it. Or maybe, God, like, what's important about this? And that happens, but it's really about popping out of it and saying, wait a minute, okay, there's a bigger purpose for this. So what does this look like? What's the lesson that I need to learn? Why is this thing happening so that I could show up as a better hairstylist, owner? What could I learn from this? I mean, it's all those things. And I know we often talk about this time and time again, but I think it's important to really dive into that a lot.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, you always have people reaching out to you. I see your Instagram and there's always people commenting. What would you say? I want to first address salon owners and then I want to address hairstylists that reach out to you.
Cool.
But what would you say are the 3 top challenges, questions, whatever the case, that salon owners have for you?
First challenge I would say is they can't find the right team. Like they can't find team members. That's probably the biggest one. It's because they don't know what business they're in. They think they own a salon, but you're in the recruiting business. Like I asked the 3 questions: what business do you think you're in? What business are you really in? And what business do you need to be in? And they're a little like unsure of what business they're really in. But you need to be in the recruiting business. You need to have a steady pipeline of new stylists wanting to work for you and a steady pipeline of new clients wanting to come get their hair done in your salon. You solve that, 80% of your problems are done. That's it. Yeah. Like if you always have people knocking on your door to want to work there and knocking on your door to want to get their hair done there, other than really gossip and some culture aspects of your salon, which you can fix very easily, I mean, you have no more problems. So that's one way. The second thing is when I speak to them, it is their mindset. They don't want to train their staff because they're afraid they're going to leave and go to another salon. They're afraid of suites. They're afraid of like something happening. And it's the what if versus even if type of scenario. So what if I train them and they leave? What if you train them and they stay? That's the one thing I want to bring up. But even if I train somebody and they leave, so it's even if, then they're going to spread good word about our salon. And they're that good of a stylist because I train them that well. Word's going to get back to the community that you come here to develop skills. And if I treat them so good, they're going to stay. Not everybody's going to stay, but I only want people who want to stay. Like if you have a bigger vision and you have a salon and your vision's so big, it needs to fit all your team members' visions in it. And if they have a vision bigger than yours, that's your fault they left because you didn't articulate it well enough where you could fit them in your world. And that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people.
The recruiting. And so what does that look like? Okay, yeah, Nick, that sounds great. Okay, recruiting, a lot easier said than done. Let's just say someone's thinking about that right now. What kind of maybe strategies or tips or things have you done or that other salon owners have done that they have been successful in strong recruiting? Could you list a couple of ideas of things maybe of what they could do?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is really be crystal clear on the direction and the vision for your salon. Like, who do you serve? Who do you help? And not just who do you serve, like client-wise. What's the stylist that's the perfect fit for your salon? And if you could clearly articulate a solid team that you want to cultivate and inside of your salon, then word gets out of you being such a great leader. And so first, fix anything internal that's wrong. When you follow up with your team and you say you're going to do something, you actually follow through with it. That's huge. So you got to make sure that your current staff, you're taking care of them because they're trying to recruit people. But unfortunately, what's going to happen is, hey, I see you work with Nick. How is it working there? It's okay. Like he says he's going to do this, but he's always distracted. He has this coaching thing now. He's doing that online stuff. He's never really in the salon anymore. And so that is the feedback that they're going to tell to the community. So it's funny. A lot of people do this even with your regular clients too. Sometimes your stylist will just want to stay at your salon because it's too much work to go somewhere else and look and try and build a clientele. They may be the biggest retractors, if that's the right word I'm using, against other stylists working there. So people ask them and they're like, hey, don't work here. It's all right, but I wouldn't work. I would make a move if I could. I'm just not in the mood to. It's like the landscaper that sucks at mowing your lawn and doing your hedges, but you don't get a new one. And your neighbor's like, hey, do you like your guy? No, I don't. Don't use him. He sucks. But you just You don't have time to go look for somewhere else. So a lot of owners think, oh, my team loves me because they're not going anywhere. Your team may just not want to put the work in to find a new salon. And so when people are asking them, hey, should I work there? They're saying no. So I think first start with your team and make sure everything's perfect. Make sure you have a solid mission statement. Make sure your core values are clear. And that's such a cliche thing now. Everyone's talking about their core values, right? But what are they? Teamwork, passion, hard work, success, like really have them labeled out. Then you design your social media around attracting stylists. So this is the one thing that people don't do. You don't give away knowledge for free. Like make your salon not just a location, but a destination, and make it a destination and a haven for stylists. So I believe in free education. So I want you to host classes to everybody, suite renters, rent stylists who rent chairs, other salon owners, other salon stylists, assistants. It doesn't matter. You could have two levels of it. First level being if you need assistants or like support staff, then you create one Monday a month where you teach them techniques for the beginners. And then you do one advanced one where the more advanced styles come in, and you create two Facebook groups so it's aligned with where they're at in their career. And then one face group feeds the other, and you create this community. And that's what you need to focus on. So when anyone asks, hey, how's it working for Nick? He's the best. We do classes, he feeds into us. So that's really, it's the positive word of mouth that you guys should focus on first.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch the full video, click somewhere on this page. I think right over here is where the tab is to watch the full video. And we go live every day. So if you're a salon owner or an independent stylist and you're looking for help to grow and scale your business, tune in every day at 12 Eastern time to watch my lives.